Do you see Rayo getting in a fight with Gervonta now because of that win, because he got the title now? Do you see him moving up to 140 to get that title?
Why not? Why not?
Music to my ears.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
Why not? Why not? He's a good fighter.
You know, a lot's been made about Pitbull and Tank. Would you like that fight against Tank?
Definitely. You know, Tank or all the other great champions and fighters that are out there.
Finally, we'll be seeing Gervonta Davis fight for the second time this year when he takes on Rayo Valenzuela. The fight was recently agreed by the teams of both fighters, as Gervonta Davis has finally agreed to move up in weight, despite his reluctance to do so earlier. This was first hinted by Leonard Ellerby last week, unknown to the boxing world that talks were going on underground already. And now, after reaching an agreement with Rayo Valenzuela's team, Tank Davis's team has made it public, and now fans can expect a massive showdown between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jose Rayo Valenzuela later this year. With the look of things, every star in the lightweight division has finally moved on with their best choices.
I'll give it,
I talked to Rayo. He said he'd go to 135 too.
Oh yeah, I'll give it.
Lomachenko canceled on Gervonta Davis to be with his family members. Shakur Stevenson has called off his fight with Joe Cordina after suffering a hand injury and now plans to get into the ring against William Zapata in 2025. Isaac Cruz has fought twice this year already and would probably be willing to take some time out of the ring after he lost his world title to Rayo Valenzuela.
That's in the top 10 is not getting him out of there. You know what I mean? His accuracy, his punch placement.
Devin Haney is by himself after shutting down the meager bid made for his ring return some months back. And now, Gervonta Davis has moved on with Rayo Valenzuela in a fight that promises to be highly competitive. For about 20 fights, Isaac Cruz has been the only fighter to go the distance with Gervonta Davis, making him get some credit and bolting his fan base after the fight. Generally, no one will believe that such a fighter that could take Gervonta Davis the distance and give him a run for his money would lose his world title in his very first defense.
With all due respect, very good fighter, but kind of like one-dimensional. With all due respect.
Well, Rayo Valenzuela did his work well, and rather than get into an aggressive fight against Isaac Cruz, he instead chose to use his reach to keep Cruz at bay and outbox the Mexican Mike Tyson instead. This worked quite well and earned him the victory. With the victory, Rayo Valenzuela earned himself a better chance to face Gervonta Davis than Isaac Cruz, and that's exactly what we have here.
So he didn't get his man strength there. By the time he get 24, 25 like the rest of them.
Gervonta Davis ended his 421-day layoff from boxing with a commendable victory against Frank Martin on June 15th this year. It was a destructive performance from Tank and was his first World Boxing Association lightweight title defense as a full champion. Davis overcame personal struggles throughout the year and made a triumphant return to the ring, demonstrating his expertise.
For him, I'll tell you that. And I wouldn't be surprised if I knocked him out. Look, Edwin, he made me look bad, I think.
But ever since that victory, there has been a mystery looming over the lightweight champion's return. The question of who is Gervonta Davis going to fight next, and when will that fight be? There were several reports that the Baltimorean would make his return on November 2nd, but new reports have arrived stating otherwise. It is worth noticing that Davis has not fought twice in one calendar year since 2021. So everyone was skeptical of the reports that cited his return on November 2nd. But many, including Davis's coach Kenny Ellis, were hopeful that a matchup could be arranged for that date.
If I fought Tank, I would fight him very smart. I would have my feet under me, and one thing you can never count out is power.
Despite that, a new set of reports has come out that have indicated a slight delay in the return of the undefeated champion. Boxing insider and journalist Dan Rafael posted a new update on his X's account regarding Tank's return. Despite reports from some that Gervonta Davis would next fight on November 2nd, that is not happening per sources. If he does fight again this year, PBC is looking at November 23rd or December 14th, he stated. In fact, Gervonta Davis and David Benavidez could feature on a PBC card on December 14th. They previously shared the same stage when Tank headlined against Frank Martin. Benavidez was the co-main event attraction as he boxed Alexander Gvozdyk in his first fight at 175.
And I wouldn't be surprised if I knocked him out. Look, Edwin, he made me look bad, I think, when he knocked me out, but he took it with a price.
While Davis knocked out Martin to retain his World Boxing Association lightweight title, in his first fight since stopping Ryan Garcia, Benavidez won a unanimous decision against Gvozdyk, who proved to be more durable, although the Mexican monster later disclosed a hand injury. Rafael instead revealed 2 new possible dates for the return. The confirmation by Rafael has opened the door for the 30-0 boxer to make his return towards the end of the year, but the chances for that are slim as well. With this out of the way, one question is still pending regarding the next challenger for the World Boxing Association Lightweight Championship.
I was robbed, but he took it with the price. And then today, and this last fight, you guys saw the kind of power it carries.
In an interview with Pro Boxing Fans just a few days ago, the head trainer at 10 Goose Boxing Gym coach Ricky Funes not only revealed that Tank was fighting in November, but he also hinted at the next challenger. According to him, Gervonta Davis will defend his title in Las Vegas against one of veteran coach Robert Garcia's fighters. It's not public yet, but it'll be in November. I think it's going to be in Las Vegas. It's going to be against one of Robert Garcia's fighters, the trainer stated. This revelation has resulted in various theories as fans have started tossing the names of Jose Valenzuela, but that fight looks like a fantasy right now, as El Rayo is already a champion in the super lightweight division. There are also reports naming Raymond Muratalla, who clinched the NABO title after defeating Tevin Farmer, as a possible contender. If the search for the challenger doesn't result in a contender, we might not see Gervonta Davis fighting before 2025, as he wants to spend time with his family too. Reports had indicated that Davis could box Edwin de los Santos or Jose Valenzuela. De los Santos lost out to Shakur Stevenson in his last fight in a vacant World Boxing Council lightweight clash.
People get upset. All they gotta do is make their own list, and that's their opinion. But that's my opinion. He's number 2.
Although he suffered a defeat, Shakur received more criticism for fighting on the back foot. Valenzuela is the current World Boxing Association junior welterweight champion, having beaten Isaac Cruz in his last fight to win the title. Davis has boxed at 140 before, beating Mario Barrios. If Tank moves up to 140 and wins, it will increase the calls on him to face the other big names in that division. Valenzuela had verbally agreed to box Ryan Garcia, but Garcia has just called out Teofimo Lopez, leaving the door open for the Valenzuela fight. A fight with Shakur Stevenson is the one boxing fans are hoping for. However, that could be delayed even further now.
That way, it ain't none.
What's the one that
destroys the Peter right now?
Shakur was set to box Joe Cordina on October 12th. That would be his first fight with Matchroom Boxing. However, he has pulled out after a hand injury. He has now undergone surgery, as he is expected to return next year. Stevenson wants to box William Zepeda on his return. Zepeda is Shakur's World Boxing Council mandatory. If Stevenson wins, Eddie Hearn wants to make the Davis fight.
Could you say that?
Discussions are being had.
Yeah. What did you make of Rayo?
Good fight.
He was the highest rated fighter on ESPN this year. Shakur does big numbers, but I didn't want to tell everyone that he does big numbers. If we keep building him and he comes up against a commercial giant like Tank, Shakur against Tank is one of the great American fights and one of the biggest fights in boxing, Hearn stated. Well, the reports of a Gervonta Davis versus Rayo Valenzuela fight was further confirmed by boxer Ryan Garcia on his X handle. Garcia is currently suspended from the sport for a year after failing multiple drugs tests in the aftermath of his incredible win over Devin Haney, which was later overturned. He is already attempting to make moves for his planned return in April 2025 and has issued a call out to current WBO super lightweight world champion Lopez. He wrote on Twitter, "Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo Lopez. For my return in April, let's make it happen, Teo." A fan in the comments then reminded Garcia that he had suggested he would fight recently crowned World Boxing Association super lightweight champion Jose Rayo Valenzuela. And he responded, "He is fighting Gervonta." Davis has yet to secure his next fight, but has been in talks with the likes of Vasyl Lomachenko and Shakur Stevenson. A clash with Valenzuela may not make sense for Tank in his current trajectory, given he is focusing on his career at lightweight. Trainer Robert Garcia also dismissed the idea, insisting he isn't sure where the rumors have come from, with a switch likely to be necessary for a meeting to be agreed. Valenzuela may also face Isaac Cruz for a second time, given a rematch clause could well be available for the Mexican challenger who was upset in their clash last month. A November 23rd or December 14th return is being plotted for Davis, according to reports, whereas trainer Garcia has swiftly denied claims Valenzuela could return before the end of the year. Promoter Leonard Ellerby discussed Davis's next move, insisting there were still multiple options on the table. "Tank will be back before the end of the year," he said. "We're looking at a couple guys right now, but he'll be back before the end of the year." As it relates to the Shakur Stevenson fight, Tank wants him. Tank wants him, but it's all about the timing of everything.
You always come up with the best game plans. You always come up with the best strategies. You could always change the game plan from one to another.
Meanwhile, King Rai is hoping for his own return to action, with several options already being assessed for 2025. A showdown with Lopez could take place at 140 pounds, with a win for Garcia likely to see him become world champion for the first time. Devin Haney could well entertain a rematch against the high-profile star, given he would be eyeing revenge somewhat, despite the result not standing.
Well, why are you here? Rematch? No rematch?
Well, you're asking for a rematch. Why not? Definitely. If that's what they want, we'll go straight into the rematch. No problem at all.
Garcia has also himself talked up a sequel with Davis, given Tank handed him his only career defeat in 2023. The event did huge numbers, and any renewed rivalry would likely again draw huge interest. However, there seems to be very different news from Rayo Valenzuela's end. It's been said that after the American fighter bagged the World Boxing Association's super lightweight gold, he is taking some time off before deciding on what he wants to do next. It seems the decision is out, and it might upset or cheer fans depending on whom they support. Valenzuela, 25, finds himself mentioned either as a logical rematch with Cruz, 26, or a stepping stone for Gervonta Davis if he finally decides to move to 140 and realize his long-muted move. However, the case is not a toss-up between the opponents. The champion wants to spend the rest of the year with family and mull over his choices, of which a rematch with Pitbull makes more sense to him. Fight Hook News turned to its X handle and reported that El Rayo would not fight Tank next, and rather preferred to cherish some moments with his family.
Rematch with Rayo's more confident. Let's do the fucking rematch.
Yeah, we have it. No, we have it.
Bam's giving Estrada a rematch. No.
The handle also pointed out that Valenzuela, at 14, 2, would return to the boxing ring in 2025 for a rematch with Cruz at March 1st, 26. The post read, WBA junior welterweight champion Jose El Rayo Valenzuela will not be fighting Gervonta Tank Davis and will take off the rest of the year to spend time with family and return in 2025 for a rematch with Pitbull. While the Renton resident is away from the ring for the moment, his gritty display against Cruz remains the talk of the town. Leonard Ellerby believed it was a long time coming but gave full credit to Valenzuela. In a conversation with Fight Hub TV, Ellerby expressed that he watched the fight but didn't score it.
So let's do the rematch, but if not, hey.
We move on. There's bigger things.
Yeah.
There's talk maybe tanks.
It was a good fight.
So
it was a good fight.
But Valenzuela had made it look easy by executing the game plan to the teeth. He said, I didn't really score, but he made it look easy. I fully expected Raleigh to do that, but that didn't happen. Great game plan. Just boxed the guy, turned him, made him miss, and scored. Interestingly, contrary to the recent report by Fight Hook News, the former Mayweather Promotions CEO didn't shun a fight between Valenzuela and Davis. But a report by Fernando Barbosa disclosed that Davis was to return to the boxing ring on November 2nd. His opponent is not finalized yet, but it might be safe to say that Valenzuela might not be the one because of his family commitments. Isaac Cruz versus Jose Valenzuela served as the co-main event for Terence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov later tonight at the BMO Stadium in Los Angeles. Cruz is undoubtedly one of the finest talents at super lightweight. The 26-year-old's star power has seen a notable rise following his World Boxing Association's super lightweight title-winning performance against Rolando Romero in March. Furthermore, apart from a unanimous decision loss to Gervonta Davis in 2021, Pitbull has been unstoppable in recent years. Valenzuela, on the other hand, has churned out mixed results in recent years.
I'll tell you what, Valenzuela better take a step back, because that's not the way you beat Valenzuela in the red gloves.
While Rayo managed to register a 6th-round technical knockout win over Chris Colbert in his most recent outing, he was 3-2 in his last 5. Valenzuela was a plus 430 underdog against Pitbull for the matchup, per a report by Odds Trader. Once the bell rang, Cruz closed distance early and unloaded powerful body shots on his opponent. Rayo was trying to catch his opponent with jabs, but was failing to connect cleanly. Pitbull closed distance again and unloaded body shots, and Rayo connected with a check hook. Pitbull kept employing constant pressure, and at the end, it was a close round, but Cruz seemed to have the edge. Entering the second, Isaac Cruz once again pushed his opponent back to the corner and unloaded a flurry of body shots. Pitbull's footwork and head movement were on full display as he effortlessly evaded his opponent's punches. Valenzuela was having a hard time stopping Cruz's onslaught. A good right hand up top landed for Cruz. Rayo returned fire with an uppercut on his aggressive opponent. Rayo seemed to be looking for an opportunity to uncork his right uppercut, but Cruz finished the round connecting with a good left hand. In the third round, Rayo began having more success as he found the target more often. However, Pitbull was still the aggressor. Then, Rayo caught his opponent with a three-punch combo.
Getting out of not buying it. He's been...
In turn, Cruz returned fire with a looping left hook. Pitbull was effortlessly closing the distance and outlanding his opponent before Rayo landed an uppercut on the inside. Moving to the fourth, Cruz was still closing the distance with reckless abandon. The tactic had worked well for him till now. Rayo then caught his opponent with a two-punch combo to the body. Then a crushing right hook to the head landed for Pitbull. Valenzuela was leaving his chin up too much, something Pitbull exploited as the fight progressed. In the 50th round, Rayo seemed to have found his rhythm and was finding success in getting out of the way of an overly aggressive Cruz's power punches. Valenzuela was winning the jab battle as he stung his opponent sporadically to keep his opponent guessing. Pitbull began having a hard time closing the distance like he did in the initial rounds. Rayo seemed to be outboxing his aggressive opponent at this point, but suddenly Cruz connected with a powerful body shot. In the 6th round, Cruz was still the more aggressive fighter, but was finding it hard to connect cleanly on his opponent.
Round 8.
Rayo stuck his opponent with stiff jabs to the head. Also, a quick check hook landed for Rayo, and Pitbull returned with a hook of his own. An uppercut buckled Cruz's legs, however. The fighter punched his way out of further punishment. Pitbull played possum, lured his opponent to engage, and surprised him with a flurry of powerful shots. Heading to the 7th round, Pitbull was once again trying to jab his way into range. Cruz had upped the pace even more. However, Valenzuela's credible defense was denying his opponent chances to fight on the inside, where Pitbull usually does his best work. A flurry of body shots landed for Cruz from near the ropes. However, Valenzuela ended the round landing some crisp counter shots. It was indeed a very close round. Once the 8th round kicked off, Valenzuela was effectively dealing with his opponent's pressure. Rayo's taller frame was helping him out, jabbing his foe. He stunned Cruz momentarily with an uppercut.
Conditioning of Valenzuela has been excellent as well. Denied, guys, I'll be honest with you. Even when he got hit.
Pitbull returned fire with a multi-punch combo upstairs. A right hand landed flush for Rayo, and towards the end, Valenzuela expertly evaded a barrage of Cruz's power shots. In the 9th, an accidental low blow forced the referee to stop the action. As the fight restarted, Cruz came out aggressive, but Rayo connected with a crisp right hand to close out the round. Valenzuela had outlanded Cruz in terms of power punches at this point, and midway through round 10, Rayo seemed fresh. He was effectively out-jabbing Pitbull, halting his advance. But a big left lands for Cruz to end the round. In the 11th, Cruz sensed he needed to win some rounds. Pitbull began advancing with reckless abandon, hoping to land a debilitating flurry. Double right hand landed upstairs for Cruz.
The way of most of these lunging attacks from Cruz, and even when Cruz... That left uppercut has been money.
Pitbull stung his opponent with a few body shots. Rayo had, however, been largely able to disrupt his opponent's rhythm. An uppercut lands for Valenzuela, and Pitbull returns with a multi-punch flurry. Cruz closed the round strong, catching his opponent with multiple shots to the head. And Pitbull looked like he stole the round with the last second flurry. Sensing the urgency in the final round, Cruz was laying it all on the line. He was aggressively closing the distance and landing powerful shots. A big right hand by Cruz stunned his opponent. Another right connected for Pitbull.
And now it's Valenzuela. While some of the earlier rounds were kind of too close to call with all.
Cruz pushed his opponent to the ropes with a left-hand right hook combo. Cruz looked like he was still hunting for a finish, but Rayo landed a slick left hand to finish the fight. At the end, the official decision was that Jose Valenzuela defeated Isaac Cruz via split decision 116, 112, 115, 113, 116, 112, and Rayo captured the WBA super lightweight title. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.